Welcome back, gamers, to another JGM gaming video. In this video we'll be looking at whether it's too late to start Star Wars The Old Republic in 2026. And I may or may not have spent a little bit too much money on this game recently with this shiny Mandalorian armor, but hey, at least my pixels look cool. So, Star Wars The Old Republic, the game that we're on right now, released back in, I believe it was December 2011. And that's when I first picked this game up. And there were a few problems here and there. I kind of played a little bit and then I stopped playing. And I recently came back into this game, probably about a month ago now. And I'm already level 80, so that'll give you a little clue into the playability of this game. You know, you don't have to take it too serious to still get max level. So let's get into the video, and we'll look at some of the features, whether this game's dead or not, and whether it's still worth playing in 2026, based on my opinion. Okay, so I don't really have a script for this video. I just want to give you like the honest review, I guess. So I'm gonna make a new character and kind of show the population, and kind of just show you that there's no population issues. What should we go for? Galactic Republic. I've not actually got a Galactic Republic character. I'll not make you sit through watching me make this because that's going to be quite boring. So I'll see you when we get in the game. Alright, so we just got into the game. Fat Mal. I need to change that. So you can get titles in this game, of course. Where is it? Display legacy surname. There we go. We don't want that. Fat Mal, because I went for this big, nice blue Twi'lek Jedi Knight guy. So this is another player with a very strange name. I'm not going to try and pronounce that. So let's just take a quick look around. There's another player over there. Another player here, another player there. So this is just the starter planet, and I kind of just wanted to show you like that even at the beginning, this game is still populated. So let's go explore a little more. I don't really know where I'm going. Like I say, I've never played a Republic character. Twirl that lightsaber. I got my training sword. So yeah, it's definitely still a populated game, even in the early zones. I like how the, I don't know what you call those. It's not hair. Tendrils. I like how his tendrils move when you jump. Side to side, give it a little shimmy. Hello, do you like my tendrils? Yes. Do you like my tendrils? Let's turn around so you can see. What do you think to those? The frog guy. Anything to say for yourself? Yes. He said yes, thank you. Thank you. Alright. So there we go. There's still interaction in this game, still worth playing. Let's see what else we can get into. Alright, so I'm back on my main character now. It's a level 80 bounty hunter, and I just wanted to show you, like, this is like the main hub area, I guess. This is the Imperial fleet. This is where you kind of hang out. So I just want to show you the kind of population here. And I'm on the Starforge server. I believe it's one of the most, if not the most populated. And I have a pretty decent computer, of course, and I think there's still, you still get lag sometimes on the fleet, like you just saw there. And I think that's actually a server problem because there's so many people here. So, I mean, what time is it right now? It's 11 AM where I am right now. And there's still a bunch, oh god, this lag is pretty bad. There's still a bunch of people hanging out, as you can see there. So, population-wise, still very active. And there's something I do want to show you, because I've noticed this as I've been playing. The dungeon queues, or in Star Wars terms, they're called flashpoints. They pop almost instantly. There's almost no queue time. So if we go ahead and join the queue here, you can see that I'm queued for flashpoints here. Let's even turn these other ones off. just queued for flashpoints, which, like I say, they're essentially the dungeons in this game. And if I join the queue, there we go, look, instant queue ready. And I'm sorry for these other guys, I'm going to decline that. I was just doing it for the video. My apologies. I feel bad for doing that, but I wanted to show you guys that you can still very quickly get into dungeon groups while you're leveling. So with that said, I've tried to look around for population numbers. I can't find anything reliable, but as you can see here, there's over 100 players just on this the fleet right now, and so there's many thousands of concurrent players at any one time. So although it's not like peak MMO population, it's still active enough, definitely, for you to play this game normally and enjoy. Okay, so I've switched over to my level 19 here just to talk about a bit of the leveling experience. I mean, just looking at this, if you're a Star Wars fan, like, the world building within this game is... I don't even know the words to describe it. It's phenomenal. Like, the cities in the game, the planets, there's so much to explore if you're a Star Wars fan. And the next thing I want to talk to you about the leveling experience is that the story is actually fully voiced, which is very rare for an MMO to do that. And I think that adds a lot to the Star Wars experience, again, especially if you're a big Star Wars fan. So, like, let's go here, for example. This is one of my story quests.
I apologize, sir.
And as you can see,
it was the best I could do.
It's all fully voiced.
Your best, you're useless to me.
This is a very story-driven game, very solo-friendly, and
no,
you're allowed to make different decisions within the game, kind of based on the character that you want to be. You can choose light side decisions, you can choose dark side decisions. As you can see, I have a few responses to make here. And your companions can approve or disapprove of your conversations, but the voice acting here is great, and each class has a different story within the game. This is my Sith warrior, so he has a Sith warrior storyline. My bounty hunter obviously went down the bounty hunter storyline with the Great Hunt and the Mandalorians, and you know, he was credit hungry kind of bounty hunter guy. You can level mostly through the story and side content without having to rely on any other players. It's, as I say, it's very solo friendly. You can do all of these class missions without the assistance of any other players. Even though there is a big population, if you prefer to play your MMOs kind of solo, casual, I would say this is definitely worth a try for you. And I know my Sith warrior is wearing Mandalorian armor. Hey, when you pay $20 for cosmetics, you better put them to good use. But I would say overall this is one of the best MMOs for solo players, and the story, voice acting, world building is phenomenal in my opinion. So the next point I want to touch on is that it's very easy to progress and catch up in this game. It's very easy to get started, and you're not going to be left behind because it's 2026 and not 2011. Like I said, I just came back a few weeks ago. I'm already at the level cap, which is currently 80. I think that might change in future. I think there's an expansion coming out actually soon, which is another good point for the game, I guess. But once you hit level 80, I was able to come to like a gear vendor here, and I was able to buy a set of this 324 gear, which is a decent starting point, I believe, so that I've read, for like any content at level 80. It's like a good set of green starting gear for any content. And then as you play the flashpoints that I was talking about, you can come to this flashpoint gear vendor, and I was then able to purchase, I think I got the boots, which are also 324, but by playing the flashpoints you can upgrade them. So now you see mine are at 330, and I'm trying to get those to 340, but it's very, essentially what I'm saying is that it's very simple once you hit that max level to gear up. And again, I've been doing this technically solo. You know, I've been doing group activities, which has been 4 players in the flashpoints, but I can just queue solo those, and I've been totally fine. So you're not massively behind by returning to this game. There's not an extreme grind. The XP gain has been relatively fast. Like I say, it's just been a couple of weeks of casual play for me, and I'm already at the max level. And I was able to enjoy the bounty hunter story along the way. So yeah, if you're a big Star Wars fan, again, this is it is a great game. All right, I found myself on Hutter now, and again, just look at this scenery around me. The world building is just great. So the next thing I want to talk about is the fact that there is a free-to-play version of this game. In fact, the game is free-to-play, but it has limitations to it. So I eventually subscribed to the game, which was, I believe it's $15 a month. I did that around level 40 or 50 once I felt that I was interested enough in the game to be able to pay that fee. The subscription unlocks basically the full experience and all of the expansions. However, you can still play a lot of the game without paying that immediately, the same as I did. You can kind of give it a trial run. It's definitely not pay to win, but if you're sticking with the game, then I would say that the subscription is worth it. It removes a credit cap, so if you were unsubscribed, you would only be able to get 1,000,000 credits. It removes trading restrictions, just a whole bunch of things that you're able to do when you subscribe. But again, you don't have to subscribe. You can do perfectly fine in this game without subscribing. That is a decision that you can make as you play the game and figure out if you want to spend that money or not. Don't know who this guy is in his ship, but he just came to dance with me. So, I mean, look at all the fun interactions that we've just had while I've been recording this video. It's a very social game. My guild is called Mando. Again, on the Starforge server. I would highly recommend joining. Let's take a look at the guild population, actually. I think that's pretty useful information. So we have 985 members, 22 of which are currently online. So, yes, again, still a very populated game. It's a very fun guild to join. We run PvP, operations, flashpoints, heroics, just everything. And we also have some very fun little RP if you're into that as well. Let's try and wrap it up here. What still holds up in this game in 2026? I mean, I would say the story is the biggest strength of this game. As I say, very story driven. Each class has its own class story, which is all voice acted. And again, just the Star Wars immersion of this game. Just look at it. Wow. So, also, let me show you the variety of classes as well. I think that's an important thing that I want to show you, actually. Sorry, I said this wasn't scripted. So when we're making a new character here, oh, let's go Sith. We have Sith Warrior, but not only do we have a Sith Warrior, we can be Marauder, and they all have a little thing here that you can read about what they do. Juggernaut, Assassin, nice little double-ended lightsaber. Sorcerer, more of a mage kind of guy, I guess. Sith Inquisitor, where you can be an assassin, sorcerer, marauder, juggernaut, bounty hunter, which has a wide array of different styles, and they also have different purposes, as you can see, and an imperial agent. So there's a wide variety of class choice in this game as well. And I believe that few MMOs compete with Star Wars The Old Republic in terms of the storytelling and the class missions and voice acting that come along with that. let's keep this honest. What doesn't hold up in this game is I feel the controls can feel a little clunky sometimes. You see how I'm running. Feels a little old-fashioned. So the graphics, I guess. I mean, remember this game's from 2011, so the graphics don't hold up to some newer games in some areas. But overall, I think it's pretty acceptable, and I quickly got used to how clunky, I guess, the run. You see what I mean? Like, seems very early MMO style. Also, the combat can feel a little stiff in some areas. Let's try and do an example here. It just doesn't feel as fluid as some newer MMOs, perhaps. Thank you for your assistance, warrior, assassin. So yeah, and some systems can feel a little outdated too, I guess. In terms of, I don't know, I feel like the windows feel very early Microsoft. I don't know if that's a good way of phrasing it, but I don't know. They just feel very, I don't know. You'll see what I mean. But anyway, essentially, I'm trying to keep this honest. I'm not just saying, yes, play this game, this is a great game. I'm trying to give an honest review here. I think I've been very fair. But regardless, I'm enjoying this game. And I think this game is a good fit for you if you are a Star Wars fan. If you are okay with playing MMOs solo, it's very friendly for that. And I can still queue up, to flashpoints when I hit the right level. So I can still queue solo for those if I fancy it while I'm leveling. This is definitely a game for you if you enjoy story-driven games. I wouldn't really recommend it for like hardcore competitive MMO players, or if you want cutting edge graphics or anything like that. My final verdict then, I guess, is that it is not too late to start Star Wars The Old Republic in 2026, as I have just done the same thing around a month ago, and I'm having a great time with it so far. Found a great guild, great bunch of people. It's a great game all around. As long as you're okay with a slightly older MMO feel, and you're playing for the story, the progression, and I guess not the current hype, because the current hype, I guess, has left the game. So I'm still playing through this myself. I'm still progressing at level 80 on my bounty hunter, and I'll try and be posting more Star Wars: The Old Republic content as I go. So please do consider subscribing if you're also starting this game or returning to this game, and if you found this video at all useful, that would mean a lot to me, and I appreciate you guys, and I'll see you in the next video.